if you're a wrestling fan, which I'm pretty sure you are, and you're a big wrestling fan like us,
Oh, you
you
wouldn't
know,
be here.
yeah, you know about independence,
Mm-hmm.
the independent wrestling industry. We stay in the city of Huntsville, Alabama, so we have two independent companies in our facility, like in our area. So I've been to both of them. That's in our area. I think Ted's only went to one of them, which is New South. He hasn't went to Rocket City Championship Wrestling yet. But GCW Game Changer Wrestling came to Huntsville on the 21st of January, which was Saturday night. And like I've seen GCW clips. I've heard about them through AEW, through the Nick Gage Dark Side of the Ring. So I know all about GCW. Like I know that Moxley used to be their champion. So I know all about. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be their champion. Nick Gage took the title from. Yeah. So
Yeah, I remember that whole
yeah.
thing.
So I know about GCW. It's kind of interesting because a couple weeks ago, WWE came into our city too as a house show. So in a span of 2 weeks, we seen a WWE house show and we seen GCW house show, which I love the WWE house show because like you see like with WWE is all about the star power, so it's all about the brand. The wrestling is cool, but WWE is there for it's for the brand. So you're there to see all the stars, whether it's the Usos, whether it's Sheamus, whether it's Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley. And then with independents like GCW, you're there to see wrestling.
Yep.
And GCW put on the show, bro.
They put on a show. You got to see, like on the independent circuit, like you really get to see the ones that's still hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't matter whether it's televised, whether it's not televised, whether it's a pay-per-view, don't matter what it is, they gonna go hard. And it's frowned upon by the people higher up, but they gonna give you all they got every single time. And they're paid the least. Yeah. They're not paid what people in WWE get paid. They're not paid what people in AEW get paid. But these are the ones still hungry, and they showing you in every city what they do. And I'm not a huge GCW fan. I knew the facts that CL Cool just spit, especially the Moxley thing, because that was recent. But after last night, I'm a GCW fan.
Yeah.
Like I would look for a GCW show on TV before I watched an Impact or something like that. I'm a GCW fan.
I was thinking about going to get Fight.
Yeah.
Just to watch GCW.
I'm vested now. Because it was quality entertainment. It was a quality product. It wasn't. People give it a bad rep, but it was a solid show, top to bottom.
I honestly thought so. I think one of their preconceived notions that people give them, especially whether it's wrestling fans that don't really watch their stuff or even casuals. Mm-hmm. Like so you see like the shirts that like GCF and W, so you think of ECW, right?
Yeah.
So they're thought of as the same vein as ECW, as it's just gonna be fire in the ring and tables and thumbtacks and barbed wire and just chaos all around the ring. And I was prepared to go into like, okay, I'm going into an ECW type show.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought that's what I was going into, like light tubes all over the place, people getting cut, bleeding, all that. But it was a show where, yes, it did have doors. It had a lot of doors.
Yeah, they went to Harbor Freight or
Lowe's
and just said, forget tables, we want doors.
It was doors and chairs. But if you look at it in the context of a wrestling show, it was a wrestling show.
Yep.
It was a wrestling show with a little bit of mix of hardcore in it. Mm-hmm. That's how I looked at it as.
Yeah.
It was just like when we went to the WWE show, we saw one table. In this show, you probably saw 3 people go through, 3 matches. And the WWE show is one match when someone went through a table. Mm-hmm. In this show, it's probably 3 matches where somebody went through a door. So it was just a good wrestling, more adult flavored show with a little bit of hardcore in it.
Yeah.
And they didn't do too much. I ain't seen nobody bleed last night. And I guess, but like someone told me, they say that for their big shows. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they had like pay-per-view type shows too.
That makes
And they
sense.
say that stuff for that. But like I didn't see any like blood or whatever. I thought, like I said, I went into a thing. I'm going to ECW like New Jack in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought I was going into.
I mean, we did see some of the merchandise. They do have merchandise where I guess they play off the comparison.
Yeah.
Because they use that ECW font and template.
Yeah.
But it was actually a very solid show from top to bottom.
Yeah.
The matches were paced great.
Yeah, the opener and the closer was fantastic.
Yes, look, they know how to pace a show. We even had an appearance by Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
And
Nick Gage.
I mean, we saw a lot.
Yeah.
And this was in the span of maybe from 7 to 10:30. There were no intermissions.
8 to 10.
My bad, I'm sorry. 8 to 10:30. There was no intermission. There was no nothing. It was just boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
And I give them props because again, these are men and women that are still on their way up. But if you watch those matches, you would have thought you were watching like NXT Prime. And I mean like NXT when NXT was considered higher than Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
You would have thought you was watching NXT Prime with that hint of hardcore that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because those were some talented individuals. And to me, they don't get the credit they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
With that, rep that they have and the rumors that they have about them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you this. If you want to check out a good program, find GCW.
Yeah.
Wherever you can find it. I think it's on Fight.
Yeah, it's on Fight.
I'm sure you can YouTube stuff and look them up. But they got my endorsement. Find GCW.
Yeah,
when
find
they
them.
come to your city, support GCW.
Yeah, they're coming back here June 24th.
And we
will be there. Front row.
And shout out to Conrad Thompson, man. We saw him in the audience too.
Hey, man. Hey, we did, man. It was pretty dope. But like I said, and they had a turnout.
Yes.
I didn't expect that turnout too.
Me neither.
So I guess we have way more fans in this city than we know.
Yes. And I mean, that hard because you expect people to go to WWE shows because there's some people that's going to go to WWE just because of the name.
Yep.
But when you see that type
Their
of
branding.
crowd for
They're all about
GCW,
their brand.
boy,
Mm-hmm.
those are real wrestling fans.
Yep.
And it's worth it, y'all.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Hey, man, they put on a great show. I appreciate it. I wish I could have made the Florence show. Life had to work, but they was in Florence today. So with the New South, which is like a local indie promotion in Alabama and Hartsville, Decatur area. Check that out if y'all come down here. So I enjoyed GCW. Appreciate it. Like shout out to Nick Gage too with the tribute to Jay Briscoe.
Yes.
That was cool, and I enjoyed it, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all check it out, man. GCW.
And we out.